Charleston White pretty much sums up the reason why Shedeur Sanders got snubbed. And Charleston White went on to Bilu and Z's pretty much channel and just pretty much went off on what Charleston White is capable of doing and just talking. And there's some truths about this, right? You know, when Charleston White gives the harsh reason why, like, Shedeur is being ignored and not getting drafted early on in the first round, second round, third round, fourth round, all the way dropping down to the fifth round. If you don't know who Shedeur Sanders is the son of Deion Prime and Deion Sanders. If you know Prime, you know Prime. If you know football, you know football. But yeah, so Shedeur Sanders has come a long way from Jackson State all the way HBCU to Colorado and everything. They've uplifted the Sanders pretty much. We have Shiloh, you have Shedeur, and then you have Deion. There's little sister, but like the whole family pretty much uproots from HBCU to Colorado, and now two of Deion's sons, Shiloh and Shedeur, are playing in the NFL. Shiloh got picked up by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is pretty cool, as an undrafted free agent. But also, Shedeur Sanders got drafted by the Cleveland Browns. I believe the 144 pick, which is crazy, falling down all the way to the fifth round. Right? And then, you know, Charleston White always has to chime in on things of this nature and pretty much state why this happened. So we're going to take a look at what Charleston White has to say about Shedeur Sanders, about what happened and what the reason why he didn't get picked so quickly and got fall so far down in the NFL draft. So which is very interesting. So before we get down to the video, guys, do a brother love by hitting the subscribe button. Greatly appreciated. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. And with your help, we can get there a little bit faster. And if you want to buy me coffee, look in the description below. So with that little context out of the way and everything, let's hear what the almighty Charleston White has to say.
Now, I'm not going to say the boy ain't a good quarterback, but he ain't no Tom Brady. He ain't no Danny White, no John Marino.
That's what he trained
with,
though.
He ain't none of that.
John
the boy
Marino.
at best is a second string, third string quarterback, but he is not a starter. And then you don't want this prima donna coming to your team. As a white NFL owner of a team that would like to win, you don't want this prima donna. You want one of them fast running quarterbacks like Michael Vick that's poor. You want a poor quarterback. You don't want a rich quarterback driving a Rolls Royce already with big jewelry on his neck, living in big houses, buying his dad houses. This don't want no Super Bowl. He just want to say down, said Hutch. But if you go get a Poe nigga, boy, Poe go do everything that white coach said do. That coach tell him, come on, boy, let me talk to you. I told you to run this play. That Poe quarterback is go bow down and listen to that white coach and do everything that white coach said. Here you got a with money already. He got an arrogant daddy. He already arrogant. They're a superstar family.
I can't let you
he
go
ain't
like that,
gonna listen to now coach but his daddy. When I give him a playbook, he go home and him and his daddy go write new plays. I don't want this on my team. This is a prima donna and he already come. His daddy go have something to say if we ain't doing right. So we don't want him. That's why.
Okay, yeah. Like there's some truth to a little bit some truth to this, right? Like, don't get me wrong, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, has raised his sons phenomenally. Like, and they're very confident in themselves, their confidence in their ability, their confidence is what they're doing, they're headstrong, which is great, right? The one thing a lot of people fear, I'll say, it's a strong, very independent, successful black man. And you guys can be like, oh, no, no. It's dead serious. That has happened. I've been in spaces that is a thing, right? Once you start having power, a little bit of power as a black man, a lot of people tend to feel a little bit fearful of you and anything. So even me, right? I had an incident, but which I coach, in the sense that like I became DOCD director of coaching. And we have an incident with a mom, and just because like she thought she can bought in into what I'm doing and everything and get into my space when I told her to back off from there, and she feels threatened because she thinks I am this big, strong, like black man that like just intimidating that has the spot. It's not the case, right? Because she was trying to mingle her hands too much into something that she shouldn't have done. But that's not here and there. But the other thing is like you tend to. It's weird, right? When you leave, it's different from other people. Maybe there's a little bit more dog in you when you have nothing and you're trying to make it. A lot of people have that. I've seen it. I coach where some kids, right, mom, dad pays for everything, gets everything and stuff. They don't have that dog in them. You have to try to find that fire in them. And then there are kids who don't have nothing. And you see how hard they work. You see how hard they hustle. You see how that I understand. But I will say this: Shedeur and Shiloh are not lazy. They got dog in them. Shiloh especially got dog in them. Like the way he goes after people and hate people, they have that in them. And I would say that for a fact that Deion raised them right to have that self-confidence, but also have that dog, that competitive nature in them. And that is something that they have. Being fearful of, that's a recipe for success. Being fearful for a man that has everything but still require greatness is another level of competitive nature that a lot of these NFL teams have not seen from the Sanders brothers. Even, right? Deion came from nothing, became Coach Prime, and played two sports, professional baseball and football. That has not been done in a long time and everything like that. So with that said, there's some truth to what Charleston White is saying, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yay, there is a little bit of sprinkle of truth, a lot of BS and a lot of like triggering word he wants to say, but there's some truth to it.
They passed on him. This is the white man's team, and they don't want. This is what the white boy knows. Now, I know y'all don't like what I'm about to say. Wow. Hello. Most of these NFL owners is well into their 70s, 80s, and 90s. They've been drafting longer than you've been alive. And one thing about a rich NFL owner, he specializes in. He know everything about an athletic. He know what he like in middle school. They know everything. They done called everybody and got the report sheet on this. Because they finna get this a lot of money and they finna bring this into the plantation. The family's business. The Jones family, whatever name of the family. So they gonna get to meet the daughter, especially if you're face of the organization type. So we gonna bring this in here. This already got a Rolls Royce getting parking tickets at the college university that he won't pay. He's entitled. He's not gonna be able to take correction outside of his father. And his daddy want to be an NFL coach. We don't want them problems. We'll pass on it. That's what they did. This is our money. This is our family money. We've been studying this long as y'all been alive. Y'all think y'all know, but we know because we invest a lot of money into these. We invest millions of dollars into these.
Yeah, no. There's some truth to that, especially like investing when you put it as an NFL owner or someone, even if you run your own business. Even if you invest a lot of money into your business and everything like that, you want to know what you're spending your money in. So the thought of like the drama, the headache, and the spotlight, a lot of stuff. Some of these owners are just there for profits. They're not there for the drama. They're not there for the limelights. They're not. Some of these NFL owners and some of the teams, they're just there for the money. It's a business to them. They don't care about the personality. They don't care about that. So that means whoever they're going to put their money into or pretty much their franchise as a quarterback in the NFL, you are the face of that team. So if you're a Cleveland Brown quarterback, you are the face of that franchise. So whoever they're putting that money into heavily, they needs to know who they're dealing with. And the sad part about it is like these NFL teams, I don't think they want the business being in the business of the Sanders family, meaning like Deion hovering over their head, Shiloh or Shedeur being this way. That's personally me. That's what I think. Like, is it right? No. If you take the politics out of it, you look at or the race out of it, and you look at the business standpoint of it. If I want to hire an employee that has everything, knows what he wants, this, that, and then doesn't want to go through with my plan as a team or follow suit with that, I might have a problem with that too. But that's just, I'm looking at it in that business side. But if we look at the totality of things, there's more to it, this story. There's way more to this. They said he didn't do well with the interview. He didn't go to some of the didn't do some drills or some workouts with some of the teams. And there's a lot of excuses that's going on. I'm just glad the Sanders brothers got drafted. Deion Sanders, Shiloh and Shedeur Sanders got drafted. I'm just happy they're playing the sports that they grew up loving. If they've had everything, and why would you continue playing pretty much a sports that you pretty much know you can get hit and your career ended, right? But they're willing to do it and they're willing to go. It's because they're very passionate about it and this is what they want to do. They're following their dreams. That's it. You should look at it that way. Like, I look at it as like, yes, they have everything, but they still want to play the sports that they love. Like most people or most kids, especially rich kids, if they have everything, they're not going to try to continue doing because they're already rich. The fact that these kids are still putting on pads and then still working out, going through drills and everything and doing, just tells you a lot about their character, right? Don't assassinate their character, give them a chance and let them prove themselves. Now, if they become a problem in the locker room, that's a different story, but that's not the case. Deion Sanders raised these kids correctly, and they will do just that. All right, that's going to be the end of the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.